Welcome back to Rad Rat Video, where I sometimes make mistakes. I got some new information about who really invented the Hardflip, and it might not have been Dan Gallagher. Let's take a look. Thanks to some great comments, I have a little more info on the Hartfield Debate. So if you haven't seen my video on who invented hardflips, I basically concluded that Dan Gallagher did a nollie hardflip around 1991, predating day one in 1992. Someone pointed out Henry Sanchez doing one that same year as well, but there are actually two more contenders for the first hardflip. The first is Shawn Mando Lee, and I'd like to thank Brandon Sands for pointing this out to me. Back in the day, there was a venture video that went unreleased. Jacob Rosenberg, who worked on a ton of skate videos at the time, uploaded some of it to YouTube, saying that it was from the late 80s. In that clip, Mando Lee does a hardflip. But was this actually in the 80s? I don't know. Jacob knows his stuff for sure, but look at those boards. Everyone in this clip is skating a double kick deck. Mike Vallely had one of the first double kick boards in 1989, but these look like the kind that came out after that, a little more rounded and a little less blunt. If I had to guess, I would say this is no earlier than 1990, but I can't be sure. But I did a little digging around and this is what I found. There's an interview with Shawn Mando Lee where the venture video comes up, and he's asked about the hardflip, and he says, "Love Child came out in 1992. We were filming for the venture video a couple years before that, so yeah, it was before Love Child." And when asked if he had seen anyone else do a hardflip, he says, "No, I don't remember seeing anyone do it. I remember trying them with Spencer Fujimoto. We didn't call them hardflips back then, we called them frontside varial kickflips." So yeah, he did this a couple years before Love Child in 92, which would put him before Gallagher in 91. But it's no surprise that it went unnoticed, since this video never actually came out. Up until it went up on YouTube, I don't think there was any way to actually watch this footage. So was Mando Lee first? There's another option too. Mike Carroll actually says his brother did one in 1987. I had heard about this before, but I couldn't find the quote, so I wasn't able to put it in the video. But Dondi White 1 posted a link, so I was actually finally able to see it for myself. Take a look.
The first person I ever seen do that trick was my brother down in Embarcadero, probably in 87. It was a kickflip frontside burial. So this is before they called it a hard flip.
By the way, that's Jacob Rosenberg from earlier sitting next to Mike. So Mike's brother, whose name is Greg, I believe, did the trick around 1987, at least a couple of years before Mando Lee. I wish there was footage of it, but there doesn't seem to be any reason why he would be lying. They were talking about hard flips and it came up in conversation. They were actually talking about how Mike's were so good and he's taking attention away from himself and giving props to his brother. So did Greg do it first? It's really hard to say. So much of skateboard history is just in these guys' heads and not actually documented anywhere. Mike said it was the first he saw, so he isn't claiming that he's the first. It's possible that someone else did one even earlier. We may never know 100% for sure, but if I find out anything more, I'll keep you up to date. Special thanks to Brandon Sands and Dondi White 1 again for the info they provided. That's all for this time. Here are some more videos that you might like that I worked on recently. I'm doing a new series called Ask Rad Rat. That's a more informal question and answer type of show that you might want to check out. Aside from that, I also have some skateboard game reviews that you might like, and a few more different types of videos that are on screen right now. If any of that sounds good to you, hit the subscribe button, and thank you for watching.